5. Married, 1 child.
Bloodlust is our birthright!
To get myself killed, so kiss my ass twice.
I'm gonna come back here and burn this building down.
Hunt him! Stop filming me!
In a future under strict control, the network, a media corporation, holds power over the United States. Poverty spreads, and most citizens lack access to health care. The network distracts the public with brutal televised game shows. The most popular is The Running Man, where contestants must survive for 30 days while being hunted by network agents and ordinary civilians. The grand prize is $1 billion, but no one has ever survived to claim it. Ben is a blue-collar worker who recently lost his job. Due to his involvement in union activism, he is blacklisted and cannot find work. His daughter, Kathy, is ill, and Ben desperately needs money for her medicine. One night, Sheila comes home late and says she will take an extra shift at the bar. Ben objects, believing it is unsafe. He promises to earn the money by joining a game show. Sheila fears for his safety, but Ben reassures her and claims he will choose a non-violent show. Ben passes through his impoverished neighborhood and reaches the fence separating it from the wealthy district. He tells the guards he is there for network tryouts, and they let him in. At the recruitment center, desperate people stand in a long line. An elderly man in line becomes ill but insists on continuing. When he collapses, Ben helps him. Guards scold and beat Ben for leaving the line. At the front desk, Ben learns his file carries a warning for past insubordination. Furious, he smashes the screen. Ben receives a tracking bracelet and is sent to Elevator 6, where he meets Tim and Jenny. Contestants receive uniforms and face physical trials like climbing and running through narrow tunnels. Ben repeatedly helps Tim, drawing attention from the guards. During a break, a guard tries to punish Ben, but Ben blocks the attack. Later, contestants undergo psychological tests. Ben answers with sarcasm and defiance. A psychologist calls him the angriest contestant they have seen. Finalists receive colored jumpsuits. Ben, Tim, and Jenny get red jumpsuits with targets, marking them for the Running Man. Ben meets producer Dan and demands a transfer. Dan offers a $1,000 bonus and explains that, due to Ben's blacklist status, this is his only option. Ben signs the contract for his family. An agent from the Family Alliance explains that Ben's family will be relocated and protected. Ben is allowed one final call. He tells Sheila he has joined the Running Man and promises to win. That night, Ben stays in a luxurious room. An agent delivers an envelope from Sheila with a family photo and one of Kathy's socks. The next morning, Ben is fitted with a running band that tracks time and earnings. The show begins, and host Bobby calls Ben on stage. Bobby lies to the audience, claiming Ben is a former security officer who sold secrets. Fake footage plays. Ben tries to deny it, but Bobby ignores him. The public believes the show punishes criminals, unaware the contestants are desperate citizens. People are paid to report contestants' locations. When asked for final words, Ben insults the system and vows to survive. Bobby explains the rules. Each contestant gets $1,000 up front and a 12-hour head start. 5 hunters will be released the next morning. Contestants must record 10 minutes of footage daily and submit it before midnight. Failure means no pay, but the hunt continues. Contestants are separated and sent to dark rooms. Ben finds a camera, cash, and clothes. He leaves the building, hails a taxi, and is recognized by the driver. When Ben refuses a selfie, the driver threatens to report him. Ben escapes on foot. Ben reaches an abandoned building and meets his old friend Mooley, a black market manufacturer. He asks for fake IDs and a gun. Mooley refuses at first but agrees after hearing about Kathy. Ben gets a makeover and a new identity. Mooley packs Ben's belongings to make him look like a businessman. He warns Ben to avoid the slums and stay in crowded areas. He admits he once planned to hire Ben but says it is too late. The next morning, Ben goes to the train station. Posters of contestants are everywhere. He buys a ticket to New York. As the train departs, his bracelet announces the hunt has begun. A boy points out Ben's fake mustache is slipping. In New York, Ben checks into a luxury hotel. The receptionist questions his ID, but Ben explains he shaved. In his room, he removes his disguise and records himself pretending to sleep. That night, he submits the tape and earns the first-day bonus. Meanwhile, hunters torture Mooley until he reveals Ben's alias. The next day, hunters storm Ben's hotel room and shoot him. Ben wakes up. It was a nightmare. On TV, the broadcast follows Tim flirting with a store clerk. Hunters find Tim and shoot him the moment he steps outside. Ben extends his hotel stay for 3 more days. He moves his belongings into a plain bag and throws it out the window into a trash container. He leaves calmly, retrieves the bag, and takes a bus to Boston. In Boston, Ben buys worn clothes and a hostel room key from a poor man. He enters the hostel and steps into the elevator. An out-of-service sign has fallen earlier. The elevator stalls between floors. Ben climbs out and reaches the 3rd floor. In his room, Ben finds a box hidden in the closet containing chewing gum, cigarettes, and a grenade. He records his daily tape. His bracelet alerts him to deliver it. Outside, a crowd gathers near the drop box. As Ben heads toward the shared bathroom, he realizes one of the men is a hunter. They are moving upstairs. Someone exits the bathroom at the right moment, hiding Ben as the hunter arrives. While the hunters search the rooms, Ben slips inside and checks the window. It is blocked. He cannot escape without his bag. Ben pulls a metal rod from the wall and smashes the mirror. He attaches a shard with chewing gum to create a crude periscope. Using it, he tracks the hunters. He runs to the stairs and shouts that he saw Ben on the 2nd floor. The hunters chase him. Ben reaches the roof and climbs down using cables from a glowing sign. He re-enters his room through a broken window. The hunters return and open fire. Ben changes clothes, grabs his bag, and jumps back onto the cable. The sign bends under his weight. A hunter waits below. With no other option, Ben smashes through the neighboring room's window. A network drone tracks him as he runs down the corridor under heavy gunfire. Ben reaches the elevator, grabs the drone, and slams it into the control panel. The feed cuts out, and the elevator moves again. In the lobby, a hunter confronts him. Ben throws a grenade. The hunter kicks it back, but Ben hurls it through a hole in the ceiling. The blast sends the elevator crashing into the basement. In the dark, Ben lights a match and burns a magazine for light, accidentally igniting a rope. Fire spreads fast. With hunters closing in, Ben barricades the door and follows rats into a drainage tunnel. Gunfire hits a gas pipe, triggering a massive explosion. Flames race through the tunnel, forcing Ben into the water. As the building collapses, Ben emerges onto the street. A boy named Stacy approaches. Ben threatens him, but Stacy insists he wants to help. In an alley, Ben checks his bracelet and sees he earned a large sum from the hunters killed in the blast. Stacy returns with his brother Brad, who takes Ben home and feeds him. Brad's family also has a sick child, but he refuses payment. He explains he belongs to an anti-Arabelle group. Brad shows Ben a hidden video room where he analyzes the Running Man. He explains survival depends on staying unseen. Brad offers to hide Ben and help him plan for the final day. The next day, Ben learns about crimes in the neighborhood hidden by the government. Furious, he records a video exposing the atrocities and accuses the government of killing its own children. During the broadcast, Bobby appears with children, claiming they were orphaned by the explosion. He airs a manipulated version of Ben's video that makes it sound cruel. Ben insists it is fake, but Brad's mother is horrified and throws him out. Brad and Stacy stay loyal. They hide Ben in their car trunk and escape. 2 motorcycles chase them. Ben knocks one rider down. The second opens fire. Brad crashes the bike and kills the rider. Brad drops Ben outside the city, gives him a gun, and an address for his friend Elton. After a short train ride, Ben hides in another hotel and watches his latest tape on TV. Knowing the network twists his words, Ben records himself reading a book. Bobby instead airs footage of Jenny partying at a nightclub. Disguised as a blind priest, Ben leaves to deliver his tape. The mailman grows suspicious and secretly records him. Ben attacks the man, drops the tape, and flees. A car chases him into the woods. Ben jumps a fence, runs alongside a moving train, leaps between cars, and disappears. In Maine, Ben disguises himself as a disabled man and blends into a crowd watching a street broadcast. On screen, Jenny is found at a casino and nearly escapes, but teenagers set her car on fire, killing her. Soon after, Ben meets Elton, who lives with his unstable mother. Elton shows Ben a hidden room where he prints an underground anti-ET newsletter. He explains his father, a police officer, was murdered by fellow officers for speaking out, which pushed Elton into the resistance. Elton reveals that street lamps nationwide use DNA scanners, making it impossible for Ben to stay above ground. Ben must hide underground. Elton's father built a Cold War bunker where Ben can survive until the game ends. After Ben wins, Elton plans to print his newsletter with Ben's face to ignite a national uprising. Ben hides overnight in a concealed room and records his daily tape. The next morning, Elton's mother recognizes him and tries to alert the neighborhood. Elton stops her, then calls the police to avenge his father. The house is surrounded, and gunfire rips through the walls. When police break in, Elton activates traps. Water floods exposed cables, electrocuting officers. Ben and Elton escape through a hidden wall. Another trap releases flammable chemicals that ignite. A final trap collapses the staircase, sending more police falling. They flee through the bathroom, slide down a hidden pole, and enter an underground tunnel. A hunter ambushes them and stabs Elton before attacking Ben. Ben is injured but disarms him. Elton slashes the hunter's ankle, dropping him. Dan calls the hunter and demands to speak with Ben. Ben asks why the network does not fake the show. Dan admits CGI contestants failed. He orders Ben to kill the hunter on camera. Ben shoots the recording drone instead. Ben and Elton escape in a vehicle, chased by a helicopter. With no escape, Elton urges Ben to run. A sniper kills Elton. Hunters surround Ben but keep him alive for public execution. Ben realizes the vehicle carries explosives. He drives it onto a bridge and jumps out before it explodes, killing a hunter. Ben falls into the river as his bracelet announces a bonus. He reaches the bunker site but finds it destroyed for a new city. He spends the night in an abandoned house. Police later find his tape and a note that reads, "You mail it." Ben hijacks a passing car and forces Amelia to drive as drones pursue them. She swerves into oncoming traffic to escape. She insults Ben until he shows her his family photo and explains the truth about the game and the lies. The car's AI is hacked and stops them. Two men try to capture them, but a drone kills both. It proves Dan wants Ben alive. A fake broadcast appears, showing Amelia begging for help. Seeing the lie, Amelia believes Ben. As they drive on, crowds cheer and support them. They reach a blockade led by the headhunter. Ben claims he carries explosives and demands a plane and 2 parachutes. Orders come through. The deal is accepted. At the airport, Ben forces the hunter leader to unmask. Dan reveals Evan. Ben realizes the pilots are hunters and threatens to destroy the plane unless they fly to Canada. During the flight, Evan provokes Ben. Amelia pretends to panic. Dan appears and announces there is no bomb. Evan raises his weapon, but Dan orders everyone to wait. Ben must die live. Dan offers Ben a deal. Kill the hunters and become one of them. Ben refuses. Dan shows footage of Sheila and Kathy being murdered. Ben smashes the screen. Amelia sees Bobby airing the same footage and calling it a rule violation. Public opinion shifts. A pilot reaches for his gun. Ben shoots first and uses the body as cover. A violent fight follows as the plane dives. Ben kills the remaining hunters. A drone stabilizes the plane. Evan ambushes Ben. They fight brutally. Evan reveals he was once a contestant forced into becoming a hunter after surviving 29 days. He claims the network tortures families and may have staged the murders. The plane lurches and a shot shatters a window. Ben pulls a stolen parachute that jams in the opening, trapping Evan. Ben kills him and gives Amelia Elton's newsletters. He opens the door for her to jump. As Amelia falls, she scatters the papers while a drone follows. Dan announces Ben as the new hunter. Ben tells the truth about his daughter and exposes the network on camera. The feed cuts. Edited footage shows Ben as insane and the plane exploding. Brad later exposes inconsistencies. The black box leaks online. Public anger grows. Elton's newsletters fuel the rebellion. Brad notices the eject seat is missing. Ben survived. Sheila and a healthy Kathy shop using Ben's money and find Ben waiting outside. At network headquarters, Bobby resigns live as crowds gather. Dan appears, but rebels storm the building. He trips and falls into flames. Ben shoots him, ending the network's rule, and with that the story ends here. The movie shows how media power can turn human suffering into entertainment and erase truth. It reminds you to question what you watch and resist systems that profit from lies and fear.